Okay. I think we're live. Maybe, possibly. Perhaps. Okay. I think we're all good. Okay, evening all. Apologies for the delays. But we are here. Happy Easter weekends. Hopefully you're well. Yeah. I'll get to that in a second, Designated. Don't worry, I was going to make a mention of that. But yeah, hopefully you're all keeping well. It is Bank Holiday Friday here in the UK, and I think it'd be decent to sit down and play a couple of games. Dune Uprising. There is some bits of news, updates, other stuff as well to talk about while we're here very quickly. So we'll go and barrel into that. First off, again, continued apologies. We haven't really got any videos up for the Stoneburner Open. Unfortunately, just things have been cleared up on my end. It turns out that partner in crime CGFM, his PC went down on his end, and part of the editing process happens over there. So yeah, that was bad. That was very, very bad. I believe his PC's in the shop. Some kind of power supply failure. I haven't heard from him yet today to know what the state of that is, but as of course causing further delays to things. So that is me, kind of why I'm doing more streams and such, because I can't really do a ton of videos at the moment because we just have a massive backlog and not really able to do anything about it. At least the streams we can kind of do as we go. So apologies for that. Second thing I'll make a mention of here, a little bit of news, if you are unaware, is that there is now the first beginnings of a Dune Uprising rank system is coming into existence. It was first released in its kind of infant form, we'll say, on the Hidden Assets Discord last night, I believe it was. And that sort of first stuff's coming out there. At the moment, the matchmaking for that is being done purely on Hidden Assets. For that specifically, they're doing a little bit of a different system, which is totally fine. And it might be something that we delve into more over the course of time. Although it should be noted, there is not yet any the integration on the mod is not yet done, but it is being worked on. We've seen some images, had a bit of chat from folks doing that, so that is not a million miles away. That will also incorporate some system that we can use for future tournaments as well. You bear in mind, in previous competitions, we've been able to submit games, connect that to a database so we can automatically update the tables. We obviously not had that available for Uprising, so that is on its way, and that'll be a much happier time once that is done. Like, obviously the rank was always going to follow at some point, and I will probably have a little crack at it at some point or another. I'm not in too much of a worry about it right now. If people are worried about clocks, there's been no mention about bringing clocks in, and I don't believe there are any plans to bring clocks in. It served a particular purpose, and it's not been deemed really necessary. And you know what? I'm happy with that. I don't think clocks, on the whole, really helped with general gameplay. For the comps, the one-day comps made total sense. But I'm totally okay with not seeing those back. Should also, make a mention as well. Obviously, we streamed a few days ago as well. It's been really funky as well. Like, I've even played a couple of games since then off stream, and like I've got a pretty good record. Obviously, the Staban game was not good. That was a case of should never have picked Staban and paid the absolute full price. The cards were on the sides as well. It's just a rotten experience. So hopefully we'll never, ever have that happen ever again in any way, shape, or form. It was no fun for anyone. So, that's the way it goes sometimes. But other than that, this freaking cough would shift. We should be fine. One other thing, also just looking for a little bit as well, as we've obviously been doing a few of these streams. Is a bit of kind of feedback as well on like the setup we've kind of got for this. It has been known to people, one or two folks, noting about the fact how like the size of the player board is pretty small compared to, say, the player mats. If I was to like load up like the old Iximo board, for example, quickly, we will get into some games. Just want to go through this. We go to like the old Iximo board, for example, and just boot this up here. I can't hear anything. Have I got... That was weird. I might need to reboot this. But in the XIMO board here, for example, like the player mat, the size of the board is a lot bigger than the player mats. Now, admittedly, in Uprising, it's a little bit perhaps that's what I'm looking for here. It's a little there's less going on with the mats, of course, and the player tableaus. Yeah, that's not making any sound, and I don't know why that is. I'll have to look into that in a second. You can hear? I physically can't hear anything. I'm hearing nothing. What? Hold on. I'm getting nothing. Hold on. Okay, I think that's a better sound. Hold on. This. All right, let me troubleshoot this quickly. Give me a second. Doing it live, kids. What do I need? That was really weird. You guys can hear it, but I couldn't. That was very strange. I do know that one of the devices I've got is like it's on the brink of dying. I have got a replacement around for whenever it does die. Okay, now I can hear everything. And you guys can hear everything. Okay, everything is fine, everyone. Everything is okay. Just for some reason I couldn't hear. It was not coming through the headset. Very strange. But anyways, yes, so it has been noted by a couple of people how like the board is pretty small compared to the player mats. And I think perhaps there is a degree of truth. Maybe there is a way. Maybe we could make the board a little bit bigger. But I don't know. I'm kind of curious for your guys' feedback. Like, obviously, we're zooming out. It's a bit like this. Is the board too small? A couple of folks have made mentions. I don't know if that's true or not. But obviously, the boards are a lot bigger. You know, you've got obviously like your contracts. You've got like these disposal bits as well. You know, this is where your troops are and that sort of thing. Curious to know what you guys think. So that's one of those things. Anyways, should probably play a game or two, and yeah, we'll attempt to not have such the situation we had with Staban. Yeah, it was I just should never have picked Staban. You know, if I was going to pick Staban, I should have played him in a particular way, and I didn't want to. I just should never have picked him. That was my bad. I take full ownership of that, and it was just not a fun experience. Sometimes that's the way it goes. So, other than that, though, I don't know if any of you guys got plans these the weekends, anything like that, anything much you guys are up to? Seeing family, watching Dune 2, possibly. Fortunately, my Easter weekend's not looking to be particularly exciting. Yeah, I do agree. Like, when Staban goes, like, it's great. It's a good experience. But that was not the time I pick him. Because I picked him. I was like, if I'm going to pick him, I need to reveal early. And that was the mistake. I should have just revealed early, taken Guild Spy, and just played Guild Spy as Guild Spy, basically. And that was, that's how it goes down sometimes. Because I knew someone was going to reveal for early, and I was never going to get to covert operation. I just, and we paid the price for it the entire game. I mean, to a degree, it's so, I don't know if I'd say it's defensive, but I think it's something that should be mindful. So when I used to play Iximo, it's something that I would always keep in mind for always. There's certain situations where, like, I think there's times you need to make plays. It's not just blocking for the sake of blocking. You need to block in a way that helps you. A really good Iximo example, there was a game I did a little while ago, which I then recovered, where I played as Paul Atreides, I believe it was. Let me see if I can find it for you and link it. But it's a really good example of kind of see if I can find the game. Here we are. Yeah, this is the one. The Little Boy Who Could. This was a match we played on the stream, and I reviewed it as such. And this was kind of a case of where, like, we made some moves specifically to, like, block a certain person, but we were then incorporating that into our overall strategy, what we were trying to do over the course of the game. And that's, I think, is the important part. I think Uprising, you have to be more mindful of making potential blocks, because it's very potentially easy for people to start snowballing in this game, you know, because the way that make hooks work, because the way that, you know, combat rewards double, and especially like that, you know, if you get like a Muad'Dib or a Gurney that get hooks early, and you get protect the seat cheers, and you get like the spacing influence fight and those sort of things, where it's just absolutely gluttons of rewards for getting involved in worms. You just let them do it, they just win the game. You have to be more mindful for that. Also, because the way spies work as well, it means that you can be more punishing for people if they don't have a spy game, and you can definitely counteract that. So I think it's something that you've got to bear in mind. Don't ever block just because. Try not to block because you can. There's the occasion where you might have to. Like, maybe there's the odd occasion where you might end up, like, you feel you've got to go to Haga Basin because the next person's just going to get worms in on a combat that's insane, and there might not be any bonus spice for you. But you still think, all right, what am I going to do with that 2 spice? You know, that 2 spice gets us to here, it gets us to here, stuff like that. And you still got to try and, you know, think about what you're trying to do. You know, and that's the way I look at it. Always keep in mind, I think that's, if you think of, like, the kind of steps from, like, kind of learning the game, the first thing you do is you learn the rules. The second thing is you learn how to kind of structure your own game. The third thing is you learn how what you do affects other people. And then the fourth one is you learn how to stop other people doing what they want to do. And that's kind of the way I look at it. It's kind of like the stages of learning and kind of like gaining that experience. And it's just, I think that nuance can make a really, really big difference. Well, again, it's not about being policeman, Andrew. Like, some people can do it better than others. One thing I do make a mention, I need to actually make a proper lobby, just realised. So there's a couple leaders that I think are better at it. Gurney Halleck, for example, is actually very good at kind of doing that. I think because the Gurney's obviously his troop generation and like his hybrid capacity, he's someone that you can, in probably like one fight in the game, commit more than you normally would do just to stop someone winning, and you can kind of get away with it. There's not many other people I think that can do that reliably. Fade can probably also just about do it. But other than that, like that's about it. And again, it's you're not just doing it for the sake of it. Like, you've got to be pretty justified. But sometimes it can work into your benefit. Played a Marga game yesterday where, like, you know, first combat was like the Solari fight, and I didn't have the symbol, but I overcommitted to stop people pairing their conflict. Won that, and then the next one was also like a mouse conflict, and I won that cheaply, and that was it. My combat was done for the game. I just focused on factions and spice plus lows sort of things. So, you know, so it's, you know, and the problem is sometimes there's times you've got to do it. Sometimes you can kind of influence other people to do it, but it's a bit like the old Prisoner's Dilemma a little bit from like Ilban Mentat sort of, which I brought about in Iximo, where everyone recognizes that someone needs to stop him doing it, but everyone is waiting for someone else to do it, and then no one does it, and they get what they want anyways. So, well, could be doing worse, Bjorn. Could be doing worse. So, but that's my thoughts on that. I think I've talked about, like I say, if you've not seen the game I posted earlier, I would definitely encourage giving a watch. I think it's one of the more interesting games I've ever played on stream. Really, really fascinating sort of match. Lots of stuff was happening. And how to, like, you know, sometimes you've got to make blocks which don't seem ideal, but it's then how do you make it work for you? And kind of rock and roll with that. Give them the usual greeting. There can be, like, it's a very fine line, Andrew, and I readily accept that. It's a very fine line between the two, and it's easy to straddle too far. So, but it's something that I think you should always try and keep an eye on. So, okay, so let's see what we got then. So we are in the third seat on this one, in the blue. Opening text, research stations, pretty nice, but, you know, a little tricky to get hold of sometimes. The Sardu card double draw is likely to stay there for a bit, unless, like, Irulan or obviously Staban gets taken, that will be removed. Opening cards, they're okay. We've got both contract cards out there, which is 2 of the 3 contract cards, which is really interesting, quite fascinating. You don't see that often. And that is definitely going to attract some priority contracts as well. Like, also just revealing for 2 spice. Priority contracts is just a solid card. Can't really go wrong with that. Benny Operative is going to be very desirable. Spacing Guild is solid. It's a good reveal. Bit pricey though. Dead Survival's also okay. Nothing outstanding. But there's some. There's a lot of utility here. But yeah, both contracts is very unusual. Don't see that a lot. No faction access out there, bar Benny Operatives, which we're not going to get hold of, so... So Staban is madness. Could play Gurney. Gurney's kind of, like, going to be solid here all the time. Shaddam's also reasonable to go for. Maybe just, like, deliver supplies a lot here. The contracts don't seem too bad. Shaddam's not a terrible idea, but I feel kind of more inclined towards Gurney. Fade's out there, Muad'Dib's out there. If I don't take Gurney, Gurney's getting taken. Gurney's always good. I could go Shaddam. If Gurney wasn't there, I'd probably take Shaddam, but Gurney is there, so we're gonna rock and roll with him. I've got a good rate of him anyway, so I don't know. I wouldn't say Gurney's. I don't think he's boring. I think you still got to play well with him. I like the way that he kind of like encourages you to play in a certain fashion, and it's a fashion that I enjoy playing, so. He's also like my most successful leader that I play by a bit of a distance. Look, we played interesting last time with the barn, and where did that get us? Where did that get us? And I think in a row where it's like, it's okay, but there's nothing hyper to script to go for, I think it's fine. Also, if I can get Gurney Halleck and like priority contracts, like that's pretty juicy. Margot taken ahead of us, no surprise there. Fade, Muad'Dib, so yeah, no surprise on our leaders. Opening hand is not bad, actually. You've got the money skirmish out early. Fade is also pairing with us, so the question is going to be, does he have his ring? Muad'Dib will go tactics by the looks of it. Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad spot for Margot. So it seems we've got our ring, and given the state of our hand, I think we're meant to just basically Arakeen and just absolutely blast it in here. Try and win the pair. The coins will be useful. Like, if we go in and just send all troops in, it's really hard for Fade to go in over the top of us here. His house blend's not an option at the moment, but it'd be interesting to do. Generally speaking, the old leaders like Raban and Baron are all really, really strong. So we're going to open up with Arakeen here. We need the draw anyways. We pull Recon, which is pretty interesting. So we have to commit ourselves entirely here. It's worth it for the pair. And basically just sail Fade. Like, if you want to try and win this, you're going to have to go absolutely all in here. I don't think it is possible for Fade to win this now. Because I could easily have daggers. I'm not really playing like I got daggers, but I could have kind of anything here. I have actually played the House Blend once or twice in person. I do kind of appreciate it, but yeah, typically, like, generally, a lot of the old leaders are pretty strong. The ones that are strong are really strong. The ones that aren't so good are also still fine. So it's Spice Refinery for Fade. He's just going to take some cash here. Having no daggers is uncomfortable here. I won't lie. But it's really impossible to see. Like, all the deployment spots are gone. Apart from Hagar Basin, no one else can deploy here. So it's kind of a weird spot of what to do here. Our next hand's going to be double dagger and both our Diplo cards and something. I think we're meant to just go accept contract here, right? If I pull one of my Diplo cards, it doesn't really matter. Because we can just redraw it. And we're at 6. The odds of anyone else having 6 is not super... Muad'Dib might have 6. But I don't think he'd go for priority contracts. So I think we just go accept contract here. Let's take the research station, which is something we're going to want to look at later on. And we'll rock and roll from there. We do pull Diplo, but that's fine. That's it. If we pull it, we'll always redraw it. It's not a big deal. It also means that if we buy priority contracts or whatever, it's more likely we're going to see it, so... Both Sardaukar contracts are out. That is very unusual. Very rare to see that out there. And that's going to make things a little funky. Margot is going to get in one more troop, of course. It's got to break the tie. No ring for Fade, so we could never really fire it in. It's pretty good, actually, in a way that we've got both daggers in hand. That's actually, in a way, not bad here. It means that we do retain some presence in combat next round, because they know I'll have both daggers. Muad'Dib does have 6, but Treacherous Maneuver comes out. It's just Muad'Dib taking priority contracts is not something he's really going to want to do a lot here, I don't think. He's going to take Spacing Guild or Treacherous here. He's just going to. Wow. I have to take it. I think, right? No one's going priority contracts. But I will take Cargo Runner as well, and we'll look to try and trash out like our Recon or something at some point. This is going to be of use to us. Peel off Truthsayer for Margot, which is a shame. Oh, I do have 8, actually. Yeah, you're right. Nah, that's fine. Should have got the Stubborn. I don't want to hear it. So... we'll take the pair and rock and roll. Not a bad, you know, just gets it done, and that gives us some options later on. Okay, let's move on. So we know combat for Muad'Dib. Arakeen is next. People are going to be going in very heavy here. We actually re-find Smuggler's Haven immediately, which is pretty fascinating. I think we just have to go deliver supplies, right, and just look to huddle up on the spies here. Looks good to me. Let's cut that off. Also gives us the water for research station next round as well. Like, we just have a variety of options. We can even maybe even consider trashing out Dune. Because we've got Cargo Runner. We'll see what happens. Fate does have faction access. He kind of has to go Desert Tactics, is basically what he's being told to do here. He's kind of got no choice. So, what do we want to do with Seek Allies? Probably start going dutiful. Yeah, Sardaukar contract's not bad for us as well, the Agent Recall. I always do like the Agent Recall contract. And Sardaukar's always just a solid spot for Gurney. We're very likely to pull Diplo next hand as well, so we can probably hit Deliver Supplies as well. Like, Deliver Supplies and then Deep Desert Ring, for example. But we'll see how things play out. Depends what we draw. I don't know. It's kind of a weird spot here. I feel like we should use Seek Allies here. Haga Basin's... I mean, no one can get to Haga Basin. Like, none of them have water. Obviously, Muad'Dib surely is just going to go siege. So... part of me even is considering going gather supports and taking the troops and water. Part of me is legitimately considering doing that. The thing is, we need a lot of water this game. We need a lot of resources. We need spice and we need water. We need a lot of resources. So I think we've got to go pretty resource heavy here. The money will sort itself out as we go. It's a shame, but it's not a big deal. The problem is, Margot just goes Arakeen and just puts in more. Is gather support worth sacrificing the Seek Allies and using it later? Makes a use out of a dagger. If I'm going deep desert, the spice is probably going towards shipping, because I'd go, like... I don't know, it's tough, this. Tough spot early. Gather support's fine. Dutiful's fine. Secrets is fine. They're all okay. I think we can justify leaving Seek Allies for one spin. And the money's... the problem is, next round we want to do is, like, go... we need to get shipping. But I can't go shipping unless I get deliver supplies, so... it's all a bit awkward here. I think it's fine to leave the daggers. Let's just go dutiful and let's just grab this. Espionage contract comes out. I also knew Margot had that. I was kind of thinking what she might decide to do. So, bit of a tricky spot. Fade Repu'd Benny operative, which is very unfortunate. If I'd known that, I would have gone secrets all day. What are you going to do? It's going to be very hard for us to get hold of Swordmaster anyways. We're going to be wrong side of the order, so it's not a big deal. Public Spectacle's also out there, which is pretty bad, so... Fade Ralpha, is Fade Ralpha going to get Public Spectacle? It'd be pretty sick if he does. If he does, he's massive favourite. No. No one can get it. Everyone is short. It's probably good for us, actually. Because we're going to be, in theory, first reveal next round, so... yeah, that's the thing as well. By going dutiful, it offers up Imperial privilege. Wow, Muad'Dib does find the swords, so he takes Arakeen. Rock and roll. So, we've got a couple of options. No one has any water, which is very relevant. So that's why us hitting, like, deliver supplies is really good. It's really hitting them on that waterfront. Let me just give us some options here. But yeah, obviously we're not getting Swordmaster anytime soon, so... just fine. We do pull Diplo, we do pull Signet Ring. I think we have to just hit deliver supplies. We have to absolutely... man. We have to absolutely put the clamp on the... we gotta put a clamp down here. We've got to really clamp down on this this war situation. And also just adding shipping access can't be bad. So let's just put the hammer down there. Block that out. I might go Haga Basin. I might go Haga Basin because we spend a water and we're going to get it back. I think Haga Basin is a far superior move here. We just put in all the troops. That'll give us 5 persuasion. We're first to reveal probably. We get Public Spectacle just to get it away from people. If someone's going to reveal for it, then Truth Trance is also fine for us. But we have to absolutely block hooks here. There's nothing Faye can do about it. So I think it's an auto move for us to kick that off. Because it's the Water Conflict specifically. Otherwise I would go Deep Desert. Because we can keep hold of it. Again, no one, unless Fade is going to go gather support. Which he might do. And so be it. But I think we have to hit Haga Basin. I think this is too important. But we've got to charge Fade the full. The thing is as well, he wants to win this fight, so he can't really go gather support. Because he's giving up on the fight. It's a matching conflict for him. So I think we can do it safely and get the Deep Desert, assuming we've always got Cargo Runner coming. So this is just a free move. My counter contract comes off. Yep. Where's he going? Oops. You really think I was just going to let him go Haga Basin? He will probably do this, and if he goes Deep Desert, so be it. But I think it's worth it to cut this out. Not let him hook here. I think that's very important. Got to keep that away from him. If he pays for it, it's cool. Like if Deep Desert goes, like we have Research Station as a backup, and we've got Public Spectacle probably coming, so it's fine either way. Or he can just play boring and just reveal for Public Spectacle now, I guess. That's the other thing he could do. So, that's also fine. But that's good for us, because now we keep Deep Desert, so I can live with this. Coordination comes out here, which is actually a really good card for us. Because we've got the Sardaukar contract. That's very dangerous. So, that's actually pretty nice. Like, Public Spectacle is not a be-all and end-all. If you get it, cool. If A just wants to play around Public Spectacle and Espionage, so be it. What we'll probably have to do is charge, like, the Spacing Alliance. Yeah, that's a pretty good second place prize for us. I'm very happy with that. True Chance is solid. But I think I'd rather take Coordination, because now we're always threatening Sardaukar contract to put dudes in with the 4 spies, and that's always really scary. We do need to get Cargo Runner going as soon as possible. Marty feels he wants to go in for this. Like, sure, whatever. Like, we don't care about winning this. I'm a bit surprised he decided he wants to win this fight, but sure. Unless he's found the thing, I guess. He's got 7. Yeah, if he wants to win it, I don't care. Second place is also good. We get to trash the dagger as well now, which is pretty sweet. And if Fade has an intrigue, like to take 2 swords and whatever. Like, we get the water bat, that's what matters. Margo, meanwhile, just kind of a bit of a setup round this. 5 persuasion and Margo decides not to take anything here. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I think you should get something. I don't know. Looks like it's going down, alright. Staban can be very strong. Definitely can be. That gives us now our 4th spice, so now we're threatening Coordination and Sardaukar. So that's good. Harakeen contract comes, which is also pretty solid. So we've still got eyes on priority contract. We might go down that route, so we'll see how things play out. Somalian can be really strong, but it can also go really badly. It's very high risk. Diplo. We do pull cargo, and obviously we don't need to worry about trying to get our way to Swordmaster anytime soon. There's no rush. Refinery is a walled conflict. It's a dagger, which is Muad'Dib and Margot. Neither of them have any garrison, though. I'm legitimately considering a high line here. I'm legitimately considering a high line here. Margot's going to try and just hit high council, I think, here. And try and start buying spies. It's difficult for Muad'Dib and Fade to bust the wall here, because they're giving worms to the other person, so they're kind of a bit of an impasse. Yeah, I think it for people that have played a lot of old Dune, the transition Uprising was not easy, and that's the case for a lot of people. Cheese will tell you about that. It is a different mindset. You have to approach the game differently. Wow, Water Highliner contract comes out. Seek Allies is gone. It's such a juicy conflict, though. I kind of want to go and grab that contract at Dutiful. But I think it's more important to get involved in this fight. Because we can get it for so cheap here. I don't really try to set up specific for tier 3 conflicts. Something you got to keep in mind. Positioning, spice for highliners, stuff like that. How much do we commit here for this fight? With no intrigues. The spy would be nice. In fact, the spy is actually well worth fighting for. Because of... we can get a spy on High Council, so we can get our Swordmaster next round. Because we are guaranteed to get council access in some form. I think 4 troops is a good price, considering that Fade has action. And then basically means he's got to commit everything if he wants to win this. I don't think he cares that much about Spice Refinery. I think 4 is good. We got buckets of spice, and this combat gives us spice back. And I want to get a troop presence, and I would like Spice Refinery. I kind of want that money for Imperial Privilege later on. Like, I'm more than happy to fight here. Also, it gives us troops for future conflicts as well. Like I know we've got like Sardaukar, and we've got thing. I guess that's true. But I'm kind of set on this. Like, we get spice back as a rebate. We get spice as a rebate. And this is a alliance I want to make a punt for. So, We'll put in 3. If Fade really wants to win it, then sure. But we get a rebate. I think we'll be okay. Also, no one is really going Imperial Basin much in this game, I don't think. So we can always send Smuggler's Harvester to Basin, pick up a couple of spies, and just cash a point in. Stuff like that. It's a price. I accept that. So we'll see what Fade wants to do. I don't think he commits a ton of stuff here because I think in theory he wants to win the next fight. Which is better for him. I don't know. I think 3's fine. I could have put in 4. I'd rather keep some troops back. And if he wants to win it, he can. Like, I can never stop him because he's obviously can throw stuff down. He also might have an intrigue as well, I think. So, I think I would have had to commit, like, everything to win it. 4's kind of a bit silly. So, you know. Second place is fine. The troop's good. We can live with it. Exactly. I don't think he ever research stations. So we have, what, 5. Which isn't great. I think I might just take Thumper or something. Maybe take a, I don't know what we take here. I think Thumper's good. The spice we want. And we'll just call it that. It's not the worst reveal for us. No, he doesn't research station a lot. I feel like he's got an intrigue. If he put in 3 with no swords, he has some sort of battle intrigue. I can't see why he put in 3 just to try and tie us here. It seems a bit silly. That's a bit weird. Whatever, I guess. We actually pick up leverage, which is actually not a bad card for us. That's actually pretty useful. For once. I think it's a bit of a strange to, like, put in the 3 with no swords in your hand and not wanting to use any. I think that's... I don't think that makes a ton of sense. I don't know what any of this is. Let's get rid of all that. Or whatever. So we do pull coordination. We've got our ring. Could also just Imperial... Ooh, actually, this could be some interesting fun here. So it's the Test of Loyalty contract. Ooh, we might be able to have some fun here. We might be able to make a really lengthy standoff. And maybe harass this. Shipping, privilege, Sardaukar coordination. Play it out from there. Because we can always cycle that out anyways at privilege. It's fodder, so I think that sounds good to me. We are going to be drawing a card. What's our last card we're drawing? That is Smuggler's Haven. Which I would like to use, preferably. Well, we're not playing it. I'm trashing it. I'm just trashing it. So we can privilege, coordinate. And by that point, we'll have a pretty good idea of what the situation is. No one else can go shipping, so there's no worries there. We can lift that. I probably use the signet ring, but keep the dagger. Doing this, I am basically committing myself to this fight. Obviously, fade before intrigues isn't great, but what you can do. But it gives us options. We could always go Basin. We can also just send Haven just straight to deliver supplies or something like that if that happens. Like we got some options. Fate Trash is a Doom card. So let's go Imperial Privilege. So that has to be returned. Sack that off. That's a good card. That is a very good card for us. Because now we can use it with coordination and we can put our spy wherever we need to. I might even just go and put it on spacing for deliver supplies here. Fade now knows I'm threatening coordination. And I can have any intrigue here. And I'm pretty heavily garrisoned too. That's the other trick. We could also do that. And that's also a consideration. Basically, we get to see what happens. Maybe send our dagger to, like, Assembly Hall. Like, we get to see a ton of information before we make any committing decisions here. That's pretty sick. Well, Vader Alpha is now favourite. I think we are going to have to commit everything to this fight. We can't let him win this. Or at least, if he's going to win it, we have to charge him the absolute maximum prize. Especially he's got Public Spectacle as well. This is just too easy for him. If he wins this fight, it's like it's getting a bit too much. We're going to have to just close our eyes and commit here. Where's the spy going to go? Do I just put it on Hager Basin just to act as a block or something? Round 5. I don't know how relevant that's going to be. But I guess it's a hassle. Pick up the Ornithopter, which is actually pretty interesting. So we have to pick that up now. In theory, we could actually go back to Imperial Privilege if we really want to. It's kind of funny. We've got some interesting choices. But it's hard because again, I've got I've got another action, and I could have anything here. So this is a bit awkward for Fade. He does have some sort of battle intrigue though, 100%. He's probably just going to lift this. Yeah, he's going to commit himself. I think we have to go Imperial Basin and just go all in here. I can only put in 4 offside of Cold Coordination. You can only deploy the troops you recruit. It's not a combat space. Yeah, I think given the situation, I think we just have to get stuck in here. I still think we put in more troops. Because he could easily be, like, trying to dummy us a little bit. He did not lift, but I still think we put in more troops. I think it's too important for us to win this, and it's too important that he doesn't win this. So I think it's worth putting in the extra troop, just acting as a buffer. Now, the thing is, he has to have 2 battle intrigues, basically. Unless he's got specifically Spring the Trap, in which case, what are you going to do? Like, we lose to 1 intrigue, basically. I'm not interested in buying anything. And if he has Spring, I could still have swords. So, yeah. Cool. It is too important for us to take this down. So we'll grab that. We take that. A couple of coins. I get 2 spies. So one's going here. And the other one is going... Where do I want to put this? Council? Or just block up the other faction spot? Shipping's also fine, but I don't think I'm going to get to shipping much more here. I need the spice. I think council makes most sense here. Basin is up. Wow, it's another war. It's all 3 war combats came out. It's pretty good for us. Okay. We refined Smuggler's Haven, which is a little unlucky, actually. We could send Smuggler's Haven to Hagar Basin and just make a point. Which I don't hate. Diplo to, like, deliver supplies. It's a mouse conflict, which is both Muad'Dib and Fade. Fade is going to have to commit himself for this. He might even highline. I mean, we do, but I think we just got to take slides. The water is good. Like, it's a spacing point. It's really hard for anyone to pursue us on either of these points. No one's made Emperor progress, and we're cutting off Margot as well. I think we just make the bump here. The question is, do we play it with Smuggler's Haven, or do we hold on to that for spice for other reasons? Do we, like, hold on for spice to go shipping, for example? Stuff like that. I feel like I'm meant to just play Smuggler's Haven to Hagar Basin this round. Like, it's just a point, right? I think that's what I've got to do here. Yeah. I think I'm actually going to hold the spy here. That could be useful in the future. I don't really need to draw anything right now. Yeah, the water's not great, but if we can get any reward out of this, then we get the water back. So... Research Station isn't the be-all or end-all of this one. It's also difficult because we can't really want to privilege too much right now because, of course, we want to save the... whatever you want to call it. It's also the big concern here is that Fade Ralpha has a way to blow the wall here. That is obviously very scary. And that's something you have to be concerned of here. Yeah, we'll hold the spy there. Yeah, I don't see a need to draw right now. Also, when I'm holding these spies, it maybe thinks that I've got an intrigue to do with them. So there's a degree of misleading. We'll see what happens. Unfortunately, I didn't really want to pull Smuggler's Haven now. I was hoping we'd pull it next round, but there's nothing we can do about that. I can't control this. Yeah, it's a bit weird having two alliances as Gurney. It's a little unusual. It's a little strange. I mean, ultimately, if I put in the 2 troops and I don't get any water back, is it a disaster? Yeah, he has to research station. That's an obvious move. Basically, just wait to see what Muad'Dib does. Does Muad'Dib decide he wants to get stuck in here? Oh, yeah, the other distraction. Yeah. So he's guaranteeing his Highlander access. Fade Ralph is still massive favourite in this game. He's got Public Spectacle. He's going to get points. He's going to Highland. Like, he is still big favourite in this match. Okay, so Muad'Dib's going to stick out of this. I mean, where was I ever going to get worms this game? It's fine. Do I want to recall the spy at this point? Yes. I mean, it's not a disaster drawing that card, truthfully. I am going to put in both troops. I'm gonna charge Margot for this water. That went obviously the point. Like, I seem to play an awful lot of games where I don't go hooks. Just watch a lot of my streams. Like, I end up not going for hooks a lot of the time. It's kind of weird. So polling coordination is, is what it is. I don't think it's a disaster. Yeah, Fade Ralpha with, like, Benny Initiate and SN Guilt and Thingy is just, like, Fade Ralpha, unless we can end the game next round, probably should just win this. I mean, I do like trying to find out, but to be fair, legitimately in this game, I don't see how we really could ever have gone for hooks early. Benny Operative comes up. I guess I'm obliged to take it. It's faction access. Margot finds a way to make a keeper, which is pretty good for her. She did have 2 daggers, but I thought I was happy to pay for the thing. Margot should 100% take that. Guild Spy comes off. You have to take it. You can't let Fade Ralpha have that. It's late in the day, but yeah, you just have to. I do have 2 daggers. But yeah, basically, I'm basically trying to just secure second place here. Winning is going to be hard here. It's very easy for Fade just to highline and just kind of just win this game next round. I don't think he's going to be particularly... I don't think I can do much to stop that. I don't think anyone can. but we'll see what happens. We've got the 2 water at least, so research station is open for us. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Yeah, you definitely can't get that. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of if I don't know. Like, we're in a good shape. Like, we're pretty much guaranteed second. It's hard for us to close this game out. Like, we need to try and find. We need to end this game ASAP. We've got the end game point in hand, which is good. But I don't know. I think there's a lot of ways this goes pear shaped. Unfortunately, we got cargo runner. I've not been able to make any use out of it. Who took priority contracts? I assume Muad'Dib did. But I don't actually legit know. And that's our hand. Imperial Basin is the conflict. We just have to research station immediately, right? Wow, what a hand. Research station's got to be the move. Yeah, it's got to be. Where's the spy going? There's a good question. I guess I can draw and decide. But yeah, it's got to be. It's in a race. You have to research station. Pull our ring. Where's a space either we want to go or we want to block? Maybe block assembly hall or something. Or we block up the shipping for that. That's the 2 routes. I think giving our specific hand, we'll whack it there. Privilege we've already got. The problem is, I don't really want to go privilege without an intrigue I want to spin. Like, the real power of Imperial Privilege, generally speaking, is being able to turn intrigues around. Fade Ralpher is going for everything here. He's going for this alliance. He is going for it. He's gonna at least harass me there. I was tempted to, like, go Haga Basin to stop something like this happening. I don't know. We'll double draw with Dune and we'll kind of see where we get to. I can't get to Siege. Make the double draw and see what we get to. We need a Spice plus Flow. That's a good find. We pull our Benny Operative. That's +3. I guess we just take the Arakeen contract. It's hard for me to get value from it, I guess. Maybe I take the Harvest contract, just in case. No one's going to get much value out of Arakeen. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're currently at 12 persuasion. So we can do basically whatever we want here. Secrets would be a good looking move here. Interesting that we didn't pull Smuggler's Haven. Here comes the Highliner, obviously. Like I say, I thoroughly expect Fader Alpha to win this. Because we can only get turn 9 here. If he's got any way of getting like the Emperor bump, like it's just game over. But we knew this was the case. I don't think there's going to be a next round. I think it ends tonight now. He's got change allegiances. I think he's got change allegiances. He's threatening change allegiances. But surely he'd just want to get a worm in here, right? I don't know. Like, worming, you might not care. He's threatening change allegiances. Okay. So... the thing is, he's in a weird spot where he also can't end the game right now. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, the worm. Oh, yeah, wall's still up. He's threatening change allegiances, basically. That's what he's going to look to do. So, no, but he can torpedo us. Yeah, he's threatening. His change allegiances is what he's saying he's got. Of which we can't do anything about. Maybe we fluked Shadow Alliance or Seeks Rich or like the other card. I mean, we can fluke intrigues that help us here. Maybe we fluke something. That's pretty good for us, actually. Looks like we're going to lose the Spacing Alliance. That's what he's suggesting he has change allegiances. But we'll see. Spice of Power's pretty good here. Considering we've got the 4 troops in, that's pretty useful. Because we can... I don't know, do I ever want to use the spice? No, we want to hold... Oh, actually no, because we can retreat, and that gives us a point with Smuggler's Haven. That's true. Yeah. I don't know if I want to use the intrigue right now, though. Or we hold on to it for next round. I think we're meant to retreat now this round. I think. Yeah. Yeah, he has something. He's got something, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, it made sense. He had to have that. I don't think it made any logical sense. Yeah, I guess we can hold on. So, yeah, game's over. We knew it was over. Cool. Enjoy. You win. So... we get second place at least, so that's good. But yeah, we knew it was over. Yeah. I told you he was massive favourite. He was massive favourite. Public Spectacle and Benny Operative, he was always likely to win. But yeah, like, you just, yeah, this intrigue is just a match winner. Like, you get this, like, you just win matches when you shouldn't. What can you do? So we got second place, the best we could ever do here. I don't think we're ever getting better there. I think we played pretty good, actually. I think we played pretty well. But yeah, you get unnatural unexpected allies, you just win matches. You just win matches, so. Cool, alright. Join another game here. Don't know if the lobby's up. Looking for it. Yeah. I mean, I don't think there was anything we could have done differently that game. I think we played as well as we physically could. I think we played pretty good. Like, can you tell me anything I could have done differently? Except, you know, pull Smuggler's Haven this round. I think even then we still be... well, I mean, if we'd have pulled this, maybe I could have found a way to get an extra point. Or we fluke a point with here. So we had outs. But yeah, I don't think we could have done any more this game. We played as well as humanly possible. I told you he was massive favourite, though. Maybe not as big a favourite as I mentioned, but I had a feeling he was going to win it. You know, got a strong second. Couldn't do any more. Yeah. Yeah, could have done that. Alright, I'm just going to get myself a drink here quickly. Yep. That's why I say it. It's more important to me to feel like I've played well than to win a match. Massive static shock. That was unpleasant. But yeah, like unexpected allies is just you just win games with that. It's so strong. It's so strong. Sorry. Still kind of trying to get over. The throat infections turn more into kind of like an annoying cough at this point. So, alright, let's move on. Fourth seat for us. We are running with daggers. Okay. No gurney. No Irulan. That's very sad. Couple of decent early contracts. Shame, it's actually a pretty good Irulan row as well. It's kind of sad. I'm not taking Staban. This is a complete suicide here. I'm meant to take Margot. Like, Margot, I'm just meant to take here with this row. Is this just going to be a thing now where everyone tells me to place the barn every time he's ever present? Is this going to be a thing? Is this how it's going to be? I did it the last time, and we know how that ended out. I'm not really particularly keen. Fade's also fine, but I think I'm just meant to... yeah, just grab Margot and move on. Yeah, Rob Spy is such a good card for her. I mean, what am I going to reveal for Staban for? Subversive? I get one use out of it, then it's gone. Then what do I do? Amber's... I mean, it would have been outrageous to take Amber, I guess. I don't know. I don't... Amber wouldn't have been the most ridiculous. I wouldn't actually be surprised if you see Amber get picked here. But Margot's out there. It's like, how do you... Well, how do you take Amber when Margot's out there, you know? No. Fade, Muad'Dib, and Jessica in first boots. Okay, opening draw. No ring. We call one Diplo, though. Spice Refinery looks like a really good contract for us. Maybe it delivers supplies. At Dutiful. Deliver supplies, both contracts are pretty solid. So I try to keep an eye on if you're in seat 3 or seat 4 is keep an eye on the contract situation. It's the influence skirmish here, so everyone is just going to... Muad'Dib's going all in. Muad'Dib's going to just chuck absolutely everything in here. Because he feels he has to win this. I like Dutiful here. I like Dutiful here. It restricts... If anyone else has got faction cards, it means that it really restricts their options. Let's pick up some contract. Let's pick up the Spice Refinery contract. I think we're gonna go for that. Let's go Spice Refinery contract. It's just such a good contract to have early. For Margot as well. It's always nice to have in the back pocket. And we'll play things out as we go. Pulls off the money contract. Someone's gonna go. Look at this. It's just both of them just absolutely all in here. Interesting to see what Fade Ralpha's gonna do here. If he doesn't have his ring, be interesting. Muad'Dib's just gonna try and pull some swords here. And obviously just take the cash that he can. No surprise. Nope, Gurney wasn't a draft option. Oh yeah, both of them can. Like, yeah, Muad'Dib, I think, should have just committed every troop in. He should have gone, like... Probably should have gone Imperial Basin. It tells me that he has no daggers in his hand, and he just can't really justify committing more. Fade's going to stay out of this, which is good for us, so... Do we immediately go Refinery, or do we just go Imperial Basin? Or do we go Hagar Basin and take the extra spice off? What have I got to draw? Dune, Ring, Double Dagger, and Seek Allies. I don't really want to see really any of those. I think I'm meant to just hold on to the water for now. Yeah, Refinery's a little expansive here. Let's just make the limp in at Basin and call that a day. Discretion's the better part of valor. Sometimes I will go Hagar Basin to cut off the extra spice the following round. Like, that is a move I am 100% prepared to make. Chani comes off. Muad'Dib might be able to get Chani here, which would be interesting. He has no daggers, so I assume he can get it. No, he's short. He can't get it. He missed it. Fade Ralpha might be able to grab Chani. But either Chani or Subversive, both are good cards for us. So I can live with either. I think Fade would go Subversive anyways. So we take whichever one he doesn't take, basically. Leadership comes off. We'll say it's Subversive. And I want to put the spy is the question. We got to put it on Espionage. We have to cut that off from Fade. That's an important spy to battle. Yeah, you can't grab that. It's a good spot. Rebel Supply is free. It's cool. What? He took Rebel Supplier? Interesting. Alright. So we'll do that. So we've got Double Daggers coming next round. Do we want to Refinery next round? I guess we'll see what happens. There's no... If it was like a big 7 cost or something come out into the trade, we'd probably Refinery. But obviously we have basically no Persuasion. It's a Worm Conflict. Imperial Basin, that's kind of good for us. It's Mouse, which is not so great for us. Is there ever a world we go Hager base and Highline here? Imperial base in round 2 is so strong. I don't know. I do want to go Hager Basin regardless, though. Like, we are going Hager Basin. Like, I want that spice. Let's get the spy on the city. And I guess we'll play things out and see how we go. Contracts are good. No, I do want the spice. I don't think anyone's going dutiful here, truthfully. Everyone's got their faction cards out already. So, and if anyone's got faction cards, they want to start hitting the Fremen anyway. So, I think I'm going to take the spice regardless. And just give us some options. Do I want to put in both? I have to put in both. Because Muad'Dib's down a dagger. We'll see how things play out. Maybe even go Sardaukar. Maybe even go Sardaukar here. I don't know. We have a variety of options. I just don't really want Fade winning this fight. By at least putting both in and threatening Highliners, we're kind of trying to provoke a reaction out of him. The thing is that we spend Spice, but we get 2 Spice back, and we get Imperial Basin, and it denies Fade Ralpha here. So... we're going to get that Spice back. It's not an outrageous move. He didn't even put a spy down. We have to take this away from him. We have to take this away from him. At this point, I'm not letting him not put a spy down and not use it and still win this. And the resources are good, but I can't really justify letting him win this. Like, letting him trash, it's just such a... and letting him still win at this point, I'm gonna go for it. We're gonna have a keep a garrison going. And we can put in 1 and we can just beat him on swords and just keep a huge garrison going. If he has an intrigue to beat us, he has to spend it. I'm gonna go down this line. We're gonna have some fun here. Let's play a bit wild. There's a lot of solid lines of Margot, but I just want to play a little different with her. Try something out, you know. If he's got an intrigue to beat us, he's got an intrigue to beat us. It's 1 intrigue. Muad'Dib could be a wild card here. Muad'Dib could really upset this. But yeah, if the fact he didn't put a spy down is like an insult. Like, he has to at least... I'm not letting him trash, not put spy and still win this conflict. That is an insult. I absolutely will not stand for this. He's got to pay to win. And if Muad'Dib has some crazy swords, he's got some crazy swords. I mean, he doesn't mind. I'm denying him the point. Like, I'm denying the match. As far as I'm concerned, I'm denying the match. He wants to win this. Second's not a bad consolation, but he wants to win this fight. That's what he's after. And Imperial Basin is just going to generate us value. Cool. And sometimes we find the match. We've got a huge garrison now, so we're always threatening the future conflicts. So we're always looking to get value, like second places and later fights, stuff like that. We've got Spice Refinery as well. We're always threatening to draw a load of cards. And sometimes we find a match coming up which we can also look to now threaten, like the trade dispute. Like, in theory, again, if I was, I could go Imperial Base and Highline again if I really wanted to. Like, that's probably a bit much, but you get the point, you know. We're just threatening all sorts of stuff down the line. The problem is there's only one person that can ever get worms in here, and that's Jessica. Fade's gonna go in here. I think I might legit threaten this. Let's put the spy there. I might. I don't know. I mean, I might do pretty much anything here at this point. We have to take Basin immediately. That's an auto move. I'm honestly considering double highlight. It's so wacky and insane. It's not sustainable, but... It's also completely insane that I would highline twice in a row. I don't know. I'm curious to see what Fade's going to do here. I think at this point I might well go for this and just double highline. I don't know what we do afterwards. Yeah, second Spice Refinery contract comes out as well, which is worth fighting for. Spice Refinery suddenly has absolutely gobs of value with Recon next round. This is a crazy match here. How much do we put in? What's a good price here? 12 strength? Again, Fade, it's really difficult for Fade because Fade has no idea what I'm going to do. Gotta bear in mind, Jessica is, like, around as well. I think 6 troops in the dagger, 13 is plenty good here. We've got a huge garrison as well. They keep 4 in garrison, which is a good number. Yeah, I think so. Just double highline, round 2 and round 3. I cannot remember the last time I did this. Complete insanity. Not done with this. What we do beyond that, I don't know. We'll have to kind of play it a bit by. I mean, at this point, I think our combat's going to be largely exhausted. Freaking Rebel Supplier from Muad'Dib. Is he really getting involved here? Look at this combat. It's absolutely wild. Look at this. This is absolute bedlam. And suddenly Jessica's now at danger of not even getting anything for a worm. Pretty wild stuff. With free persuasion, by the way. I mean, prepare's fine. Cargo runner's what we're after here. I mean, I'm happy to spend an extra troop more than I needed here. I'm happy to spend 1 extra troop. Look at the state of this conflict. Look at the absolute state of this. Fade Ralpha is currently on scale to get put in 3 troops to get nothing. I don't think we could be tied. I think that's about the worst that could happen to us here is we get tied. Everything else is requiring stuff. I think we win this a lot. But who knows what's about to happen here. It's on red. You know what? I think that's a good result. Look at this. All of this combat. 2 water and 2 troops. A water and a troop and nothing. That is an absolute bloodbath right there. Absolute carnage. I think I would have kept it back as well. I do agree with you there. Like, for sure. I do agree. But he did. And that was the end result. Madness. Okay. We pull Subversive. Now what? Which persuasion we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We just go Spice Refinery? And just pull, like, the left spy off? And just draw a ton of cards? Maybe try and find a way to get Spice Must Flow here? Priority Contracts is a backup plan. Price of Node drops out there as well. I think we got to cash these in with Cargo Runner as well. I think that's reasonable. So I'm gonna do this manually here. Because it's a bit of a complicated round. And again, now we can continue to harass the combat because we just have a lot of troops. You know, we have daggers everywhere. You know, we can cause a lot of complications. We can constantly harass for, like, 2nd and 3rd place here. And it's difficult for Fade and Muad'Dib to get heavily involved because they're spent a lot now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Cargo Runner is now a card draw. This is why, it's part of the reason why I don't like going Worms, because Worms are boring. You just do the same thing every single round, and it's just dull. It's kind of why I like not playing that game. So Subversive, unfortunately, we can't use. We've got 2 cards to draw. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If we draw them both, we do get Spice Must Flow. So we can guarantee a point at either Accept Contract or Arakeen. Or we can go Price of No Object or Priority Contracts. Is also not outrageous here. Both options are good. Price is obviously going to be a decent card for us as well, given the combat as well, and given the state of... We're not getting a Swordmaster anytime soon, unfortunately. We've got no way of generating a spy there. Remember, we don't have to... I mean, I could spend it and trash it and just take the point. But it'd be mandatory. But I could leave the spy down. I don't have to retreat the spy. I could leave it there. Yeah, I think that's not too bad. I don't know. I mean, it's only going back there as the thing. We also get, yeah, we also got to bear in mind Margot. I was about to say, yeah, Margot, we get Margot's influence bonus as well. So I think it's worth going for the spice here. You might find some interesting intrigues. I also don't want it lingering in my hand, particularly. But I think leaving it there is important. We want to keep that away from Fade. Jessica wants to... Like, we've got 3 leaders that all want to hit espionage a lot here. So keeping that spy there is important. Change allegiance is going to be useful. Maybe even we find a way to use change allegiances for like some crafty Imperial privilege moves. It's a minimum we can go down and up literally just to get 2 more spice. Change allegiances will re-hit Margot's ability. Same for Irulan, which is where stuff like Capture Mentak would be really cool and generate a load of resources for you. So, in fact, we could even pair that with like one of these harvest contracts. We could go to like Imperial Basin, make 2 spice, play change allegiances to generate 2 more spice, and that does actually count towards the harvest contract. Something along those lines. So we can actually even get money out of it as well. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And we want the spice. The plan is basically next round we want to try to like get to espionage, if possible. Like we have to commit ourselves to the Benny Alliance this game, I think. I think it's kind of largely mandatory. Does Fade decide he wants to get in for this money? I think he's going to. But at least I'm charging a price. So if he decides he wants to do this, cool. Like, the free Solari is not a big deal for us. But we're charging him full value for it, so that's good. He must have either maybe he's got a retreat card. He has a retreat card, surely. Why would he ever trash the dagger here? You've not revealed. That's a weird move. Arakeen, trash the dagger. What's going on here? Don't know. Whoops. Sorry. And we take that, which is good. Sorry. Yeah, that's the thing. Sometimes you have games where Swordmasters don't really come about, and sometimes you have games where there's loads of them. You kind of... It's not real. It's usually one or the other. It's not really a breed in between. So at the moment, the way it would work is if Fate ties and it stays tied, Muad'Dib would get first, and everyone else would get 3rd place. Yeah, he should have taken that. That's the way that this works, so... Interesting to see how this is going to go down. I mean, sure, I guess. I mean, it's a bit of a waste, but whatever. Fade's, again, got no spies. He trashed the dagger out of his hand. Well, he just has nothing. Okay, I guess. He's trying to provoke more out of me? I don't know. That was a move. Cool. I guess he's like, well, he might as well. I don't know. Whatever, I guess. Got what I was after. So, we'll see how things play out here. So, she does get 2 spies, but she can only put 1 down, so she doesn't get full benefit there. But that's okay. But yeah, we need to make sure we win the Bene Gesserit Alliance. Oh my god. That's bad news for us. That's not good. That is not a conflict we want to be seeing here. Right. I'm thinking possible secrets Imperial privilege. Triple highliner. I don't know. See what happens. Again, this is why I don't care about worms and having worms. Cause it's just like, you just do the same thing every round. You just spam them. That's why I like playing no worms. It makes you have to think more about it. I think it makes you a better player overall than just, I just go, Haga Basin, round 3, round 4, round 5, round 6. What are you learning? You know? So, interesting thing is, we could actually use change allegiances to get us to shipping. And just go down and up, and we don't... Instead of paying the free spice for the bump, we just go to shipping. I don't know if it's worth it or not. I think I'd rather have the action economy. Also, by the way, notice that Muad'Dib gave up his Swordmaster to go Haga Basin. It's crazy, isn't it? Oh, I'm sure. Oh, it's 8. Oh, it's an 8. Oh, my bad. Yeah, it's 8 costs, isn't it? Oops. I forgot about that. Ignore that. Okay, so let's do it the other way then. Let's go get the Bene Gesserit Alliance. The problem is I can do that, but I can't get Swordmaster in time. But I can do that. I mean, we've got some options. We do need money. I did mention about the harvest contracts because of the way it works, but it's going to take us too long to do. That's the problem. Unless I just go dutiful and just do it hard way. Which is also fine. Yeah, let's just do that. It's fine. I don't know. No. The problem is we can also just cement the Bene Gesserit Alliance here and just hit it and just take it and draw a load of cards off espionage. A lot of good options here. Espionage is fine. Dutiful's fine. Even shipping's okay. I don't know. Espionage can't be bad. We've got a load of persuasion in our hand. We might be able to pull the Spiceless Flow this round. No, yeah, you're right. I'll be one Spice. I can still hit Secrets, though. Yeah, let's just do this. Just hit Secrets. I might end up going, like, Imperial Privilege or something. I don't know. We'll see what we pull. I want to be able to do that. Ah, it's fine. Let's just do change allegiances. It's fine. Just take the alliance and just hit it. No. Couple of decent pulls. Couple of decent pulls. I can live with that. And we can now use Special Mission again. Now we can use that to grab like a harvest contract or something crazy. You know, we got some options here. And we do need spice. I think we're going to need to start hitting shipping a bit anyways. To find a couple of faction bumps elsewhere. We can't assume the Benny Alliance is safe. I probably will have to re-hit that somewhere. Problem is, I'd also... Do I get back... Does Imperial Basin get back to me? If I don't go there? The answer is probably not. But it might be worth a gamble. Accept contract, we can draw a couple of cards. Is there anything I really don't want to see? Not really. Our deck's pretty small. Priority contract is a card we can go for as well. I do want to get the troops in for this, though. I'm not going to lie. Especially on this conflict. I think we have time. I don't know. It sucks to give Fade Ralpha this for free, basically. That sucks. Because Fade's never going Deep Desert here, I don't think. We've been playing pretty tricky all game. Why stop here? Poor price is no object, which is actually not terrible. Oh yeah, he was out of actions, I guess. I mean, yeah. Yeah, I guess that's fine. So we pull 7 persuasion. Also a couple of coins, which isn't bad. So we're going to be absolutely laden with cash. The High Council now looks pretty attractive. He's just going to go Arakeen, sure, and just take the water. No? I guess he's off to Imperial Basin. But how can he go to Imperial Basin? He needs to go to Hagar Basin next round, surely. Yeah, that's the plan. Although, Fade might beat us to it. That's unlucky. Fade actually had 6, which is very unlucky. So, Rebel Supplier and Dangerous Rhetoric is also good. So, it's not a bad second prize. But that was a little unfortunate for us. Fade had, like, literally the only hand where he can take priority contracts from us. So that was, you know, that was unlucky. Okay, so... Interesting to see what's about to happen here. If I basically don't want... I need, in a way, to not be a war conflict. So we can try to get Imperial Basin. I don't know, a lot of weird stuff could happen here. It's going to be very, very strange. She's just going to go with water, obviously. Yeah, no shock there. Days Rhetoric's a good pull, though. That's just a bump. That will be useful for us later on. We've got spies dotted about. Interesting to see what's going to happen here. Oh my god. Fades off the deep desert, basically. Assuming Fade Ralpha goes Swordmaster, I think I go Hagar Basin. I think I might go Hagar Basin. Our hand is pretty dire. Or we just go insta-shipping. Could also just go shipping. Start getting some bumps elsewhere. Opens up. Maybe we go shipping, and then we scrap off go to ground at this point. At Imperial Privilege. Whoever said I was breaking the wall? Fade Ralpha did not find Swordmaster access. Okay, so we'll go Swordmaster first. I might still basically do the same strategy here. So let's... I need to use both council cards anyway, so let's just go grab this and move on here. I'm never breaking... Why would I break the wall? I never said anything about breaking the wall. Why in the hell would I do that? Unfortunately, the problem is that this game has had basically all the best worm conflicts turn up, which is where it goes sometimes. We're doing well to be competitive here. Heim's obviously going Swordmaster in a moment. Yeah, no. We don't have to blow the wall, it's a May. I just take the troops. I just take the 2 spice. Like, we don't have to do this anymore. It's there. But now priority contract's gone, it's not really relevant. And we need to start getting bumps. So I think shipping, privilege, and then we kind of work it out from there. Maybe even we still have Rebel Supplier to Arakeen if we want to. Although look at the state of this. But who knows, we might draw something interesting. We also want the cash desperately, yeah, for that. This is why I just can't be arsed with worms sometimes. It's just boring. So let's go ahead and... we can pull the Arakeen Spy, because it's just going to go straight back. Oh, sorry, that card. Wrong card. I need to use that, not that. Yeah, High Councils also, you know, we'll see how things play out. Like, we're accumulating pretty well, all things considered. Fade's got... Oh, Fade played Charney, okay. Like, I might even consider Rebel supplying Arakeen if we get back there. Just to deny Mahayam. And just take the 2 spies. Like, I don't know. It's kind of a... It's not great for us. They're an obvious threat here. But go to ground we don't need. We can sacrifice that and move on with our lives. Fade Ralpha took branching. It's basically just a 2 reveal. Like, he's never getting that alliance. When did he even take that? I don't even remember. Row's pretty quiet. So it's basically Spice Must Flow or nothing. So let's go here. Put the spy down. We actually pull Price. Huh. That's kind of funny. could be very useful. That could be very useful for us. Okay. Hmm. There might be worlds I just give up Bene Gesserit Alliance and just play basically play for second. There's worlds that I might have little choice about that. I might be forced into it. Having Shadow Alliance is useful, no doubt. But we have to combat her. We're probably just going dutiful. Putting price is a little awkward here. Not really what I wanted to see. Not much we can do about it, though. Not much we can do about it. And I don't think we should go secrets. I think we need to be more aggressive, and we've got to make a punt for the Emperor Alliance and just, like... She has no intrigues, which helps. I don't know. I think it's more, the important thing is to just make sure we get at least second place here. Winning would be nice. It might be beyond us here. But dutiful can't be bad. We've got Cargo Runner as well. So, you know, the research station contract's fine. We have the water for it. We can always get there next round as well. Like, we're going to pull Cargo Runner. So, research station looks pretty juicy. Do I buy anything with this? Could buy an ecological testing station and basically pay free slide for a water. I don't know if that's ever useful for us. Maybe just, like, buy a weirding woman. I don't know. Our deck's kind of quiet. Pay for a prepare. The problem is it's really hard for us to buy Semester Flow with this now. Because we've drawn it now. I don't think there's a lot we can do about this. I think we can probably pay for a prepare. Because we're going to get the money back at Research Station anyways, so... But we've got to be we've got to try and be as aggressive as we can here. What in the hell is going on here? Lady Jessica is... What is happening in this game? It's been chaotic, this. It's been absolutely ridiculous. And now we can buy another prepare as well. Like, they double stack on each other. So now we can be paying for one gets us two. So yeah, all we can do this game is just try and hold on for second. I think victory is largely out of our hands. If it happens, great. But I don't see how it ever happens. Who knows? Who knows? This has been a pretty stupid game. Does this go 8 rounds? Maybe. We do pull Diplo. We do pull Diplo. So dutiful service, like, looks pretty juicy. Get a spy down on, like, Imperial privilege sort of thing. What a combat. It's propaganda. Muad'Dib looks most likely to win this, so we need to pick an alliance that he's not going to go for. If we take Emperor now... Again, we've got Shadow Alliance, though, so it's not a big deal. Dutiful just can't be bad here. I think Dutiful's fine. Dutiful... I don't know if we ever get to Research Station. Is admittedly a problem if I go there, but it's not a disaster. I think we have to, if we want to have any chance of winning this game, we've got to take a chance here. So let's go ahead. Also, Arakin contracts come out as well, which is also really strong for us. So, I think if we want to try to win this, we have to try and make things happen. Only other person that can currently, in theory, get to Imperial is Jessica. There are intrigues out there. Intrigue combos mean the other two could get there. Jessica doesn't have any money or intrigues, so we're safe on that front. I think if Muad'Dib can highline, I think he needs to highline immediately. Because I think Fade Ralph has got spice in hand. Like, to take the Highlander contract like that... I mean, he's got to take a contract, I guess. But I feel like he's got Highlander contracts in hand. He's got spice in hand. Like, he's got the other one. If he can highline, he should just do it immediately. Leave the spy there and just completely shut it out. Wow. Okay. Don't know why you're inviting this fun and games. So he's basically saying, I'm going Worms and Highliner, and I'm just expecting to win this fight. It's basically what he's saying. Secrets? What a move. Seems kind of crazy to me. I don't know what's... at this point, I don't know what's going to happen. I assume he's got some sort of intrigue. He's going High Council, I guess. What a... This is a wild game. I'd rather go Arakin first. I do kind of want to block Research Station and stop Jessica from getting... stop Jessica from drawing an extra card. Means the spy's not doing anything, but it's not a disaster. I think we have to hit it now. Yes. There's Rhetoric, which I was looking for. Two, 4, 5, 7. So we can now just straight High Council here as well. Let's not move any, let's not move anything. Yeah, we can just Rhetoric High Council now. Spice must flow. Kind of play it as we see it. But I think it was important for us to get the research station before Jessica, so she just can't draw the extra card. I think there's a lot of value in that. What do we do with Rhetoric's bump? There's an interesting question. What do we do with Rhetoric's bump? Like, we're kind of meant to take it to the Fremen. The problem is, I don't actually know how I get back to the Fremen and get the other bump. Apart from shipping. But I'd have to know I'm going to get a spot in the conflict, which I guess I have to go for. Well, the thing is, I've got Shadow Alliance, so I've got less interest in defending, because I get the point anyways. So... I don't think the Emperor's in danger. The Bene Gesserit might be lost, but I get the point back anyways. Yeah, losing the supplier doesn't matter. I figured he was going to play it. Yeah, no, I didn't. I felt covert operation was coming, which is why I happy to draw this. I didn't expect to review it. I figured he was going to play it. Wait, you went there with this? How did you get here? You had a spy here?
Jesus, mixing up the colors. I'm an idiot. Sorry.
Right, take it all back. Put the car back. I was like, that doesn't make any sense. I am expecting him to play it to Hager Basin, though. Or Highliner. So I'm not expecting this to reveal this card. My point. Let's wait for Faye to drop his first. Officially is in turn order. We've just got to hope that we hold on here for third place. I mean, it's agent first, but sure. There's a lot of weird stuff. I think he has detonation. He's got the deploy for. Like, that Muad'Dib's winning this fight. I think Muad'Dib's winning this fight regardless, so I'd be shocked to see him not win this. So let's get High Council. Let's take the bump here. And take the bump there. And just hope that we get back there. We'll see how things play out. I mean, she's paying the water for a card draw. She doesn't have any more spies to put down, though. I guess it's kind of why I decided to keep espionage blocked. We might be in a weird spot where if we have shipping access, we have to decide if we actually do want to protect the Bene Gesserit. It's kind of a weird spot because we have Shadow Alliance specifically. What is going on here? So there is some weirdness going on in this game. And Fade never went... What is happening? The problem is that Jessica has no other points to go for. Like, she's got no other friendships to play for. Like, is she really wasting her energy? She's still managing to get Spice Must Flows of it. It's been the weirdest combat ever, right? He didn't pull a spy. He has no spy there. Strange old game, this. What is happening in this game? If I knew the round was gonna be like this, I might have legitimately considered just Rebel supplying Arakeen and just blasted. Introduce spice and free water? It's not a question I can answer. I don't know. It doesn't matter. He's going to win the combat anyways. So we'll see what we draw and suss it from there. Just take the intrigue and move on. Doesn't help us. That is basically privilege fodder. Oh, the sheet stockpiling. That's what you're talking about.
I'm supposed to do it twice for each, right?
Yeah.
So I can't...
One and one, and then one and one again, officially. You can double bump the same faction twice, but it should be you pick a pair and then you pick another pair. I mean, secret stealing can't be a bad...
do this right.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
One on one.
So. I mean, what else do we have here? Is the problem. If I'm going to go shipping, I might as well just go secrets and steal. Do I want to recall at this point? That's a good question, actually. Yeah, I think I'm having a recall here. Wow. Okay. Interesting stuff. We have to play something. Probably. This is just getting trashed, I think. I don't think I can use that. So, I guess we just play Manipulate just to protect our hand. Yeah, it's fine. It's the only thing with the way that, because the secret steal's done automatically, you don't know which one you stole off an opponent. I would like to know that. Not gonna lie. I would like to know that. Is it locked? Which one I steal? Huh. So it does. Cool. I didn't know that. Sweet. Seven persuasion at the moment, okay. Spice Refinery contract. Wall's still up, by the way. We've seen detonation. I've got unexpected allies. Wadi blows the wall. What? Wow. He must have Arrakis Revolt or something. But Arrakis Revolt blows the wall anyways. Wow. What in the heck? He's playing like he's got unexpected allies. No, I don't know. That's pretty wild. In any event, I guess we should go shipping. But Arrakis, yeah, he's got Arrakis Vault in his. He revealed it, but Arrakis Vault to play detonates the wall. I'm pretty sure. Whatever. Anyways, we're going shipping, and we're taking the Fremen bump, and then we're just gonna suss it out from there. What a bizarre match this has been. And we can go privilege freely here, because Muad'Dib's never going Imperial privilege here and opening up Siege. I just can't see how he does that. It seems... Well, he might. I have no idea anymore. This has been a mighty strange game. Arakeen, if we can get with Cargo Runner, we can actually draw an extra card off of that as well. So that'd be pretty sweet. Yeah. It's just been a very curious match, this. We just have to try and find a Spice Must Flow or something and just get over the line here. If we can end the game this round, I think we just win. Man, Muad'Dib was sitting on Spice's power. Oof. Gosh. So the worm diving just begins. That's the one good thing, at least, because everyone else is diving for worms, it gives me more freedom. That's the one thing you got to bear in mind. If everyone else is just worming all the time, you have a lot more freedom of the board. A lot less spaces are going to be blocked for you, because everyone's just hitting here immediately, sort of thing. He does go privilege. Okay. Sure. Whatever, I guess. Good to know that's not in the game. So 2, 4, 6. So what do we want to do here? Do we just go assembly hall with our dagger and hope to, like, fluke something? Or do we go Arakeen for the double draw? I don't really know what to do. He knows I've got Spice's power, so if I was to pick one of these two, it gives us Spice's power options, and we'd have, like, a not an outrageous chance of drawing one. Spice's Flow is beyond us, though. Yeah, there's nowhere to get Spice's Flow here. Is there anything here that we could... Is there any intrigues we could pull that just win us the game? And we just turn into a point? Like anything. Charisma doesn't exist. There is, like, the intrigue pool, like the spy pool one. Intelligence report. I'd get 2 spies for that. I get 2 draws for that. That would probably get us there. It's 1 intrigue out of, like, 30. There's no point getting involved in the fight. It's a waste of time. I feel like Assembly Hall is the only way we have any remote chance of winning. Could we even consider going back to High Council? Is that ever a move here? The problem is we got to be careful of secret stealing. That's an issue next round. Could just go Imperial Basin, I guess. I don't know. It's a very tough spot. Hurricane. I don't want to draw, though. We kind of need to try to give ourselves chances at prices no object next round. I think we have to go in September. It's the only way I can think of any way that we potentially win the game. Well, that's a good intrigue to have. I was considering that as well, but I'm happy with the intrigue draw. Jessica now harassing the Fremen. So this is good if we can get there. This is an insurance policy. That I don't care about, and this doesn't really matter, so... Secure Spice Trade is good. It means if we can get a Spice or Slow next round, it's worth double points. And there is going to be, assuredly, one more round in this. I do love how Fader Alpha has gone in this heavy in this combat, and the result is, like, no one's done anything. It's kind of funny. Anyways. Yeah. We'll see how we go. We have 7 Persuasion. Do I want to buy anything with 7 Persuasion? I don't know that I do. I don't know that I do. Yeah, I think Assembly Hall was fine. Like, only yeah, this is the only one I would rather keep hold of. Like, Show Alliance, it's not a big deal. I don't think we're gonna need it. Spice's Power would be nice. And Unspirited Allies we're never using. Like, honestly, I'd be trashing that anyways if I could get to Privilege. I don't know if there was a spice there or not. Yeah, I thought there was a spice there. Ah, Fade had the Imperium Politics. I was wondering who had that. I felt like it was around. So next round is basically just get Spice with Flow. We got to bear in mind, Covert Operation is likely going to be played by Muad'Dib. So we need to bear in mind that we need to keep a card in all hands. Or here's a really interesting question. If we draw 9 Persuasion, do we just insta reveal sort of thing? Like if we have no draw options in some crazy world? Do we just straight reveal, take the Spiceless Flow, take 2 points, and just close our eyes? It's probably more hypothetical than anything, but it's worth just noting. I don't think we buy anything. I think we just pass. I can't spend an intrigue. What do you want me to do? I did. There's only one intrigue I really care about losing. The rest, it doesn't really matter. So I think we're probably okay on that front. If Jessica repulls Spectacle and takes the Bene Gesserit Alliance, you shrug. You say, okay, what do you do? Look at this freaking conflict. She's going to get 6 spice and 2 intrigues for 1 worm. Pretty wild, isn't it? If she redraws Spectacle, again, we've always... Shadow Alliance then is like, we've got it at least. But there's no way I can spend anything even close to it, so... the good thing is, if we pull Cargo Runner, we can Arakeen and it's worth an extra card draw. Oh my, he had Siege Ritual and Imperium Politics? What? Man, that feels good, doesn't it? Just have all the free bumps. That's pretty crazy. So he scores 4 points. And yeah, she gets the cheapest second place you ever see. This one, yes. This one, probably not. But who knows? Yeah, Mahaim's just going after Spectacle here. She's just after Spectacle. If she repulls it, it's a 1 in... She pulls 2 out cards out of 8. If she finds it, she finds it. What are you going to do, you know? You just shrug your shoulders and say, whatever. But again, Shadow Alliance does help a little bit. The other one we've got is Fade Ralph is going to Secrets. That's a problem. Here's our hand, by the way. Wow. That's a pretty insane hand. So we'll see what happens here. If she gets it, she gets it. It does feel like Mahaim's kind of largely king-making at that point, but... There are worlds we get to 9 Solari. There are worlds it happens. We also just have 10 Persuasion at the moment, so... The Spice Must Flow is pretty much guaranteed. If Mahaim doesn't have Spectacle, she kind of has to just draw cards. I assume she'll go Fremkit here. Yeah, Fremkit, she'll draw... So she's after Spectacle, so unfortunately we're going to be forced to go Bene Gesserit immediately. Because Spectacle's too dangerous. The question's going to be, what do we do? Do we go Secrets or Espionage? Assuming Fade doesn't go to either. Okay, we'll just take whichever one he goes for. Turns down the double steal at Secrets. I think that's not the correct decision, personally. I think he should have gone Secrets, but that's just me. So we have to Secrets and defend because of the danger of Public Spectacle now. Like, I know we've got Shadow Alliance, but I can't just... Also, we steal from Wardib, so we get 2 intrigues. And we just kind of play it from there. Maybe even we just go Secrets and just reveal. There are worlds I just go Secrets and just straight reveal, you know. We'll see what happens. But I'm just going to do this at this point. Oh my god. We stole... He had stockpiling! He had it! Oh my god. Desert Mouse is in hand. Might as well just keep it. It's pretty sick, isn't it? Okay, so she's going to steal that alliance instead. How can she steal that alliance, though? She'd need intrigue help. She needs to change allegiances, basically. If Arakeen is open, yeah. We'll see what happens. I think that's pretty psychotic doing that, but sure. I mean, I'm never going there. I'm always getting 2. But the problem is we've got a couple of cards that give us no persuasion. So that end, like, all our 2 persuasions are, like, apart from our convincings, are in our hands. So it's a little uncomfortable. You know? It's a little uncomfortable. But I guess we have to try so we can get to Imperial Basin, right? Two, 4, 6, 7, 9. No one's gone Worms yet. Like, people are going to dive into Worms here, surely. Like, surely Mahaim goes Haga Basin. Fade Ralpha goes Haga Basin. Like, you know. I think we can get to Imperial Basin. And we have Cargo Runner, which is also a double draw. I think we make the full draw here. Ooh, that's a rough draw. That's a bit unlucky. Okay. So can spy that up. Get a troop. They're going in, obviously, at this point. High Council is an option. But that was not an ideal draw. Like, we have a few options ahead of us, and that's good. We have some options. High Council we can revisit. I now open up Privilege if I want to do that. Like, you know. I'm trying to find Cargo Runner, basically, or our convincings. There's Public Spectacle. Opportunism's gonna do the job. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Like, we have some options ahead of us, which is good. So it's we probably just go to Privilege. We prepare. We double draw. Cargo Runner gets us there. If we pull Convincings, we get there. Like, this was about as bad a draw as we could have had. You know? It was about as bad a draw as we could have had. So it's like, what are you going to do? I don't think you can complain about a disaster draw when you've drawn, like, your entire deck. Can you complain about disaster draw if you draw your entire deck but 1 card? We'll see. We just have to get to the Spice Must Flow at this point. We've got a lot of ways of getting to Spice Must Flow. Muad'Dib is playing like he's got unexpected allies. You know? This is pretty cooked. Strange old game, this. If we could find one more spice, we could even play Spice's Power. But, you know, we'll see. But I don't think it's relevant. Like, this combat's not important right now. So, privilege. Let's see if we can get ourselves there. Cargo runner! No! Oh, what a dirt draw that is. What a dirt draw. That is unlucky. Let's get rid of that. Wow, that could not have gone any worse. That's unlucky. That is so unlucky. At least we can turn Desert Mouse and Spice Must Flow into stockpiling. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. What a absolutely brutal draw that was. Both convincing the Cargo Runner is still in there. Sick one. Cannot believe that. What a stupid draw. Ugh. What do we do here? 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Assembly Hall, nope, we get lucky. I don't see what else we can do here. That is an absolutely barbaric draw. I mean, all the draw cards are still in there. We've not seen them. I think we've got some odds of getting there. Thank God for that. Oh my God, it's the only card we don't win with. It's the only card we don't win with is this. Every other card we win the game.
I can take this one, right? To the hand.
Oh my God. That is so dumb. That is so dumb. Wow. That is absolutely bonkers. Oh my God. 5, 6, 7, 8. That's the. I pulled the only card. Every other card I win the match. I pulled the only one I didn't. I lose now, so whatever. What on earth do you do about that? Absolutely comical. Can I get lucky on anything? No, nothing interesting. So unlucky there. I mean, what do you do? What do you do? Brutal. Oh well. I mean, we played pretty decent, but that's a sick one. I mean, we drew what? That, and that. And our other 4 cards were all those. That is an absolute stupid run out. What on earth do you do there? I should have been at 12 points. I had Secure Spice. Every other card, like, this is an absurd run out. I just get 12 points, I just win. I just pulled absolute dirt draw, so what are you gonna do? Alright, take it, guys.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah. What do you do? Nothing. Alright, everyone. Well, that's gonna do it for us then. So, enjoy your Easter holidays. You know, hopefully, other side of Easter will actually start getting some tournament games up. That'd be nice. And we'll kind of play things from there because things will be a bit all over the place for me as well. So, yeah. Take care and see you at some point soon.